Gentlemen, let me ask you a question. Now, my metaphor might seem a trifle impertinent, but I think it's very much to the point. Which do you prefer? Or should I say, which do you find more convenient? A wife or one of these mulatto girls? No, please don't misunderstand. I'm speaking strictly in terms of economics. What is the cost of the product? What does the product yield? The product in this case being love. Purely physical love, since sentiments obviously play no part in economics.
Quite.
Now, a wife must be provided with a home, with food, with dresses, with medical attention, etc., etc. You're obliged to keep her a whole lifetime, even when she's grown old and perhaps a trifle unproductive. And then, of course, if you have the bad luck to survive her, you have to pay for the funeral. No, it's true, is it? Gentlemen, I know it seems amusing, but actually those are the facts, aren't they? Now, with a prostitute, on the other hand, it's quite a different matter, isn't it? You see, there's no need to lodge her, or to feed her, certainly not to dress her, or to bury her, thank God. She's yours only when you need her. You pay her only for that service. And you pay her by the hour. Which, gentlemen, is more important and more convenient? A slave or a paid worker? Which do you find more convenient? Foreign domination with its laws, its vetoes, its taxes, its commercial monopolies, or independence? With your own government, your own laws, your own administration, and the freedom to trade with anyone you like. On terms that are dictated only by the prices on the international market.
Not only for the freedom of trade, Mr. Walker. I believe that for many of us, there are idealistic motives which are even more important. We are now a nation, a small nation, born here and forged with toil, with difficulty. It took more than 3 centuries. A nation which originated from Portugal, but now is not a part of Portugal anymore, and that no longer wants to be a Portuguese colony.
That's all quite correct, my dear Teddy. We all agree on the idealistic motives. But it's the example of the whole that doesn't convince me as yet, Mr. Walker. What will happen if once the Negro ceases to be a slave, and instead of wanting to be a worker, wants to be the boss?
That's exactly what will happen if we go on arguing about it. 4 months ago, Jose Dolores was on the Sierra Madre with a few dozen men. Then he reached Sierra Trinidad with 400 or 500. Now there are thousands spreading through the lowlands. It is my view that if you don't take immediate action, if you don't weave yourselves into this revolt, you'll be swept away. And then your ex-slaves, instead of becoming your workers, will not become your bosses, Mr. Prado, but your executioners. Now, what are my interests in the matter, and who am I? Very simply, I represent Her Britannic Majesty, a British agent if you prefer. But actually, you know, England wants the same thing that you want. The freedom of trade, and therefore an end of foreign domination in all Latin America. But what England does not want, however, and what I think you yourselves do not want, are these revolutions carried to their extreme consequences. Men like Jose Dolores and Toussaint Louverture are perhaps necessary to ignite a situation, but then after that they become very dangerous, as in Haiti, for example.
Yes, he certainly has got a point there.
So, gentlemen, as you can see, I think our interests coincide, at least for the moment, and they also coincide with progress and civilization. And for those who believe in it, it's important.
And you? Do you believe in it, Mr. Walker?
Yes, Mr. Prado, I do.
don't know how I'll be able to go through with it, Sir William.
Well, it always seems that way the first time, but we'll see. It's actually rather simple. It's only a moment. Very simple movement, and then it's over. Go out there. Show yourself. Say something.
Long live Queimada. Long live Queimada! Long live Queimada! Freedom!
never left. I've been here all the time.
Here? In the boat?
It's never existed.
In the goat?
Back in the bank.
Sure, and I'm still a porter. It's all the same as before, eh?
If I had told you, Jose, to start a revolution, you wouldn't have understood me. To rob a bank, yes, that was possible. First, you learned to kill in order to defend yourself. And later you had to kill to defend others. And the rest came by itself.
And you? What do you get?
Nothing. Salary from the British Admiralty. Rather modest one.
In England, what is her part in this?
Portugal's England's enemy. And if the English ships were not in the port of Queimada, Portuguese would already have returned.
And how many English ships are there?
Don't be too ambitious, Jose.
No, I just asked. Come on, Pedro, Andres, that's enough now. You dance in town.
Might be better if you camped here, Jose. Would be better.
But they have fought and suffered, and they are one English. They have a right to go to the city.
Though they'll have plenty of time for that. All the time in the world. Gentlemen, I would like to present General Jose Dolores. Mr. Prada.
Augusto Anguilor.
Fernando Cabrera.
Allow me to present General Dolores, Mr. Teddy Sanchez. He directed the rebellion here in the capital. It was he who killed the governor. And he's now the president of the new provisional government, whose first act it was to abolish slavery.
General, you have our admiration. Your help has been invaluable. Thank you. In the name of the provisional government, I invite you to discuss with us the proposals for a constitution.
Gentlemen, shall we?
See, that was the chair of the governor. May God bless you, Jose Dolores.
Thank you. Well, senores, you wanted to talk with me? Here I am. Well, come forward. Come on, senores. We will talk. But I warn you, speak plainly. Your government is provisional. Well, my encampment is too. My people won't be delayed. No.
No. No, no, and no. For a month you've been answering no. Why don't you try suggesting something, General?
Bastards.
Oh, excuse me, General, but I must talk to you about a very urgent matter concerning both our countries. All of Queimada's sugar is rotting in storehouses and on the quays.
And so?
But only a commercial agreement between us can change this situation.
And so?
The temporary government no longer exists. With whom can I negotiate? Who will sign this agreement? I was advised to ask you.
Who advised it?
I did. I told him.
And not even England can wait forever.
But not only England buys the sugar.
No, and not only Queimada sells it. Not to mention the fact that in Europe they're already extracting it from sugar beet. Did you know that, General? And what if Queimada were not to sell any more sugar? How would these people live? You can't delay your decision, General. Competition's getting stronger every day. Are you familiar with the latest raw sugar market quotation? 10 and 11 raw sugars, which up to a month ago were quoted at 7 5/8 to 8 cents a pound, at the last opening had no price. The refined of 8 1/4, 3/4, down by a half, more or less. Number 12, current category. Opened without firmness. The refined polarized at 96 degrees, and lot 60 aren't even quoted at the opening.
That's enough. Get out.
But, General,
Leave me alone.
everything seems quite clear. I'm particularly good at convincing my people, and you, sir, have all the necessary qualities of a responsible head of state.
Go away! And stay away! Ramon, clear the whites out. All of them.
Fora na rua. Fora, vamos. Jogue para fora. Rua. Vamos já. Fora. Olha vocês aqui acabaram. Vai embora. Acabou com vocês aí. Vai embora. Todo mundo aí. Não quero ver mais ninguém aí. Vamos. Ainda estão aí. Vai embora. Rua.
Who'll govern your island, Jose? Who'll run your industries? Who'll handle your commerce? Who'll cure the sick? Teach in your schools? This man? Or that man? Or the other? Civilization is not a simple matter, Jose. You cannot learn its secrets overnight. Today's civilization belongs to the white man, and you must learn to use it. Without it, you cannot go forward.
But to go where, English? It's better that you too go away. You can tell the whites I'm going. Say that my men will lay down their arms and return to the plantations. England will rejoice, English.
Not only England, Jose.
Have I become so dangerous?
Yes. Even for your own people, Jose.
Well, I'm not now. But you can tell the white men. Tell your friends.
They're not my friends, Jose.
Well, no matter. You tell them. Be careful. Very careful. They may know how to sell sugar, but we are the ones who cut the cake.
Novos mares, horizontes, aonde quer chegar. O que quiser, tudo alcança, basta acreditar. Novos tempos de mudança, com o pé no chão. Mergulhando nos estudos, acha a solução. O amanhã não é um mistério, pra quem leva a sério. Siga a correnteza da certeza de um futuro melhor.